Hey, good morning everyone, and a very warm welcome to another edition of Neetan's Morning Mantras. It's been a while, so I thought let me, as I drive to office today morning, let me share a few thoughts with you. Right, it's a beautiful sunny morning. I think the seasons are shifting. I'm in this lovely city of Gurgaon in India. Right, so today I thought, as you know, you might know, I have written this book which got published this year called Accelerated Digital Transformation, and of course the topic is my favorite topic, which is digital transformation. I thought I'll read some interesting aspects in a few Neetan in this morning mantras from the book, and very happy then to receive some feedback on some of these concepts. Right, so there's a chapter that I speak about in the book which is called Anti-Fragile Leadership. It's the chapter on page number 58, and there is this whole concept of business technology alignment, which I'm not too sure about. I've heard this, I've participated in a number of discussions on this topic, but there are a few narratives in this alignment discussion that I have a different take on. Right, so let me share with you and read some excerpts or narratives from the book around this topic. Right, so typically in large enterprises, it is the leadership which is most mired in legacy. Right, it's a bit of a strong statement, pointing basically as somebody said, pointing the four fingers and myself and saying, it's us who needs to change, because every transformation finally is a transformation of ourselves more than anything else. Right, this legacy is evident in the narrative spoken or unspoken. Right, and I'm going to on the technology front, for example, the following are my top 5 leadership narratives which strangulate digital mindsets. Right, so let me share a few. Let's see how many we can get across this time around. Right, the first one, and this I have heard in a number of large enterprises that I have been associated with. This is one of the famous, most favorite ones. So the first one, right, let us benchmark our IT investments with peers in the industry. Right, every time there's a discussion on the performance on IT, it's something that you hear. So here's a bit of tangential view on this. Right, the fetish for benchmarks is the bane of a legacy enterprise existence. It demotes everyone to the lowest common denominator. My closest legacy competitor, who will probably go out of business in the next 2 years, spends 2% of annual revenue on IT. That's that then. This is the divine number that we need to evaluate ourselves against. Or even better, the industry benchmarks hovers around 1.8%, so that is a magical number. Right, so my view is this narrative which exists, which gives everybody and the leadership comfort on benchmarks, sometimes is, as I have said, the bane of disruptive mindsets which actually set the benchmark. So that's narrative number 1. Right, second narrative number 1 you would hear in heated arguments, sometimes most likely from the business side of things, which is, we are not a technology company. Yes, I agree. Not every company is a technology company. I'm not a fan of such statements from C-level enthusiasts as, we are a technology company that happens to sell real estate. We are a technology company that happens to sell fashion, etc. Good for the press, but not much help in changing culture. Right, so I do agree. Not every company is a technology company. We should not pretend to be. There are no issues with acknowledging the soul of your business being aviation or real estate or anything else. However, one has to acknowledge that executives typically use the tagline, we are not a technology company, to even avoid getting their hands and brains dirty with understanding the strategic and profound impact technology is having on their business. Right, so typically this narrative, if you take it at its face value, I would fully agree. Right, but if you see the spirit with which it is used, it's an excuse by certain leaders or executives, or sometimes even myself. Right, of avoiding trying to understand a subject which is outside your comfort zone. Right, so that is what I challenge, and in the book, and if you read on, saying it's not about understanding coding, but I think it's critical in the digital era for executives to get close to what technology is likely to do to your business, what impact it has on the strategic aspects of your business, because today it does. Right, so that's the second myth. The last one, right, and then leave another one for maybe another day. All this tech jargon is not relevant to us. I do agree that there is so much tech jargon doing the rounds in the tech world, and it confuses everyone. Blockchain, AI, supervised learning, right? Neuroscience, CRISPR, I don't know, whatever else, right? Quantum mechanics, quantum physics, right? However, if you're a marketing professional made chief marketing officer and then get promoted to CEO, you cannot say that ROI, margins, ROC are all jargon and I will not deal with them, right? I mean, if you are in a particular role where it requires you to understand stuff, then you make an attempt to understand it. Yeah, there are certain technology aspects which have a profound impact on your business, and a basic understanding of those is your fiduciary duty as an executive team member, right? So, I carry on with some similar kind of extension of these views, right? So, under anti-fragile leadership, under narratives in the book, I have covered some of these myths on narratives, which I think we should take a slightly different view, because finally transformation is not about what we do. It is a lot about what we do, but as I always say, it's also a lot about what you leave behind, which are the capabilities, and then more importantly what you become, which is the mindset and the soul of the organization, right? So thank you everyone. That's all I had to say. If you get the time, have a look at accelerated digital transformation. If you get a borrowed copy of the book, look out for page 58. Look at anti-fragile leadership. That's where I kind of debate a few of the softer aspects of digital transformation journeys. All right, a very good morning to you, and all the best for a wonderful day ahead. Thank you. Bye bye.